because of the work only, a lot of challenges has been happening on the physical and mental front. I actually was not knowing what yoga was totally.
At the age of 50, I did the first trekking in AthaYog.
3 months, you won't believe my HbA1c came down to 5.9.
Fulfilled my purpose of being that medium of transmission from the book to the individual.
Aches and pains on body is reduced a lot.
Hello, namaste everyone, and welcome back to our second session on podcast with the theme of interaction between how a teacher and student goes of understanding yoga. And today we have with us one of our most regular students, Mr. Rajesh and Ms. Vali Rajesh with us. And let's try to understand their journey on how they started yoga at AthaYog and how your journey has been going so far. So, welcome back, and let's get to know our guests today. Yes, sir, Mr. Rajesh, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Rajesh. I'm 52-year-old, and basically I am into service industry from last 23 years.
Okay.
Heading a team of 20 people, and this involves lot of traveling, lot of stress at the site because of the target standing, which has subsequently led to a lot of mental and physical stress.
So, but apart from that, what else has been a challenge for you apart from work?
Because of the work only, a lot of challenges has been happening on the physical and mental front.
Okay.
Where sometimes you tend to take the stress back home, and which has its own implications at family level also.
Definitely.
So first I was introduced to the AthaYog by my wife, Vali, who is a very yoga enthusiast from almost 2 decades.
Okay, 2 decades,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and I was not convinced at the starting, like she's been telling me from a very long time, and I was not convinced about yoga benefits and all. And finally, it came to a stage where I thought, okay, one last thing, because for her, let me give it a try.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. So let's get to know the person herself. Yes, Vali, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Vali Rajesh. I joined AthaYog 2 years ago, I think.
2 years it's been?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I
That's
joined
awesome.
through your mom. I came to know that we're opened here, and I've been practicing different places. I've been practicing,
Okay.
but this one place I really loved it.
Was it just because of my mom's
No, it's not
recommendation?
because your mom. When Chitra introduces something good, so I'm a very regular practitioner, and COVID came and everything went to a standstill for me. I was practicing at home. I couldn't concentrate at home. For me, I'm not a person who can practice at home. So searching Google and things like that. Then I met your mom and she said, "Why didn't you try? Sharat is open." And I came for a trial class. I really loved it. I started at 3 months.
Okay.
And I really liked it. And then from then, it's only annual
Very
subscription
nice.
for
It's
me.
been 2 years.
And after
It's gone
me,
by so quickly.
you won't believe, in my family,
Yeah.
most of my family people, I convinced them. I said, this is a place for you. And I really take that, I'll be a brand ambassador for you.
Really, I think that's already happening. And I think almost about 8 to 10 people come from your extended family here.
More than
Yes.
that.
And
More than
that's
that.
something I really...
Thing.
It's still counting.
I came to Rajesh, as he said, he was a little diabetic. I was very concerned about him because of his works thing and stresses.
Correct.
And how he's managing, because he's an early riser. So I kept telling him, why don't you start, Rajesh? He said, no, yoga and all, it's not my kind. I said, it's okay. Then you came up with this weight loss
But
program.
just to quickly, understand why Rajesh felt that way. Rajesh, why was that perspective, towards yoga? What did you feel yoga was like,
No, I actually was not knowing what yoga was totally, to be very frank, which got that negative mindset of it may work, may not work, ifs and buts were more.
Okay.
So, and we'll give a try, and I had few sessions in gym also, but nothing worked out actually.
When was the first time you ever did yoga, Rajesh? Okay, like a proper yoga class.
Yes, and
You have never ever done.
I can confess on camera, you are my first guru.
I'm really happy to be that person in your life. And it's really good to know that we've had a person like you as a part of AthaYog. See, that's the vision of AthaYog ever since it was created. we always started with the vision of educating people,
Yes.
despite their age, despite where they are in their life. Try and create something that is accessible to everybody. And I'm so happy to know that after 50 years of your life, that I've been the first ever yoga teacher. That's something really amazing from you to know. Very nice. And I think, over the course of seeing you as a student, like Wali ma'am was mentioning, you've been through a lot of challenges health-wise.
Yes.
You were diabetic. You no longer are diabetic, which means we are successfully.
Yes, I'd like to elaborate on
Tell us about
three
that
themes.
journey. Yeah.
When I started, it was in the month of July. I remember around 28th of July, we had this class started.
Yeah.
My HbA1c was 8.2.
Okay.
My after food sugar was 269.
Okay.
Yeah, my weight was 87.65 kgs.
Yeah.
After just 3 months, you won't believe my HbA1c came down to 5.9, where a normal person's HbA1c, non-diabetic, is just 5.7.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, my weight got reduced by 10 kgs.
Wonderful.
I was 77 kgs after 3 months of this thing, and most important, unexpected results was for my sugar. Yeah, after 3 months, my after food sugar was just 109.8.
That's so happy to hear that. And all this you're saying just happened in 3 months.
Yes.
How long were you diabetic?
I have been diabetic from last 15 years.
15 years. Effect just overcame in 3 months.
Yes.
So now, do you have any doubts about yoga?
I don't have doubts. And I would like to tell that I came here just for weight loss. This was an added benefit what I got. Byproduct.
Absolutely.
I can call it as a God-given gift, not
Absolutely.
byproduct.
That's one thing about yoga that, a lot of people practice it for a certain goal. Let's say, for flexibility or weight loss or something. Like he's mentioning, it eventually goes on to give a much more larger benefit, a much more larger good for you as an individual. Or, let it be at the physical level or, spiritual level at that matter. So what is your take on that? I want to ask Wali ma'am about this, because I've seen her more in most of the Navaratri sadhanas, and I've seen you in, sessions like 108 Surya Namaskaras. So how do you use yoga? He's used yoga for his health benefit to overcome his, medical condition. But how have you used yoga? What was your purpose of starting yoga?
Yeah, for me also it was my health purpose. So I had thyroid when I was 37.
Okay.
So I walked, nothing helped. It was just in hyper. Then somebody suggested yoga for me. I started, and it gradually my thyroid also came to a level. It's at in that range.
Right.
Which I'm really happy,
Okay.
And after that, yoga became my lifestyle. I have to go and practice yoga. 1 hour a day is a must for me. I do take breaks, daily like that. At least Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, I love to come, hit the studio, do my workout.
Awesome.
I love to take challenges. As in my younger ages also, I've been trying Shirshasana, everything I used to do.
Very nice.
After some time, my body became very rigid. I couldn't do certain things. But after coming here, I put it as a challenge. It's a self, no one told me you have to do it.
Very nice.
I just took it as a challenge, and I participated in each and every this when you have been introducing.
For sure.
Let me try. And I want to say, at the age of 50, I did the first trekking in AthaYog.
Wow, okay, that's nice. So that was something else
I
that
did 3 trekking with you guys,
Yeah,
which I've
this is
never
doing
done in my life. I never knew that I can do trek.
happy to know that
So
as
that's
well.
one of the. I had a lot of positivity after coming. I don't know why. And there's something here. I can tell you. There's some driving force for me. When I come here, some challenges, and it's a family for me. I can say. And you guys, your front office, all are very lovely. Varu,
Thank you.
and new teachers also now are very, very nice. You culminate everything very nicely.
Right.
And you put it, and you take our feedback seriously.
Yeah, that's something very important. See, because at the end of the day, yoga is something that needs to be changed as we progress. At AthaYog, at least, we're a very, very small group of people. Like you said, it's like a family. We know everyone by name here.
Yes.
Yeah, we know, what is their health issue or how it has been. That's how we tend to keep the interactions with the clients as well, or rather than calling them clients, but the people who come here as what considers them as their own space. So in that sense, for us as teachers, it goes a long way to understand the individual, their capabilities, in order to give them feedback so that they are able to progress better
Yes.
in their practice. But yeah, I know a lot of times, a lot of people see it different, that's like a money-making technique or things like that. But nonetheless, a good, competent teacher would definitely be giving results like what, we've given to Rajesh and for you in those so many
Everything comes
aspects.
free also.
Absolutely,
Everything
one
at the
thing.
price tag.
That's one thing. Because I think, for me as a challenge, what is the most challenging thing for us to grow as a business is that we're trying to sell something that has no price, right? Like for certain facilities we are giving here, certain monetary, let's say for the ambience or all of this. Of course, that comes at a price, like you said. But rather, the bigger picture is that yoga is something that can also be more self-learned. That is why we've kept the vision itself as AthaYog as educating. Previously I was just talking to another student and she was telling that, I was asking her, what do you do, when you're not able to come here, when you travel, etc. And she told me that, Sharat, after coming here for so many days, I know now that, I should start my class with, 3 to 4 rounds, Surya Namaskara, do some asanas. So I'll be able to do something for 1 hour. And that made me so happy, That has kind of like fulfilled my purpose of being that medium of transmission from the book to the individual.
Yes.
So that's our goal. As teachers, that is always our goal. And for us to constantly be able to teach well, we as teachers have to be students always, right? So that's one thing. And for him, I feel that you are the motivation for him to come to class.
I'm glad he took it in a very nice, positive way.
Now, coming to a different aspect of, yoga understanding. See, a lot of people have seen physical benefits, health benefits. What other things have you all seen, change in your life? Let's say, personally, yes, it's made your health better. It's made your self-confidence better. But let's talk about it professionally or socially. How do you think yoga practices helped you in that avenue?
Basically, after attending the yoga from last 6 months, the major difference is the stress levels, which has come down a lot.
Okay.
And you are not getting tensed up for small things. You tend to think for some time before you start reacting on that. And aches and pains on body is reduced a lot. And moreover, you have peace of mind actually, where you can think logically before reacting or replying to any situation or how to go about and all.
Got it. So, Rajesh, see, I have this one question. A lot of people, for me, at least for me, I look at it this way. If you are able to practice yoga, you are blessed, right? See, today at, let's say a person of your age and your corporate experience, maybe I'm sure your subordinates or people who are still more lower in the categories of work experience more stress and have lesser time to do that. And I think that's the most challenging thing. So as a leader who's been in the industry for almost about, 3 decades plus, what do you think is a good suggestion for, let's say, upcoming youths to, kind of incorporate yoga as a part of their life to be able to manage all of the things that you said? How do you think they should be able to do it?
They need to find some time for themselves. They need to practice some form of yoga, at least for 20 to 30 minutes, if not an hour or 2 hours, so that maybe they are not convinced at the starting whether this may yield results or not, but on a long run, definitely I watch it will give better results for them. It's for their personal well-being than anything else.
Definitely. And thinking of it from the corporate perspective, so you've been in the field for so many years now. Do you think organizations or MNCs, do they provide some facilities like this to you in the office, like yoga classes regularly? I'm sure a lot of the modern workspaces have fun rooms and cafeterias and gymnasiums. But has there been a regularity of yoga practice given to you at work?
I have seen many companies where they provide for their staff facilities for yoga practice, meditations and things like that, which we do for mental well-being.
That's great. That's really happy to know for us. I mean, it's a very strong initiative, and I've urged so many corporate leaders like you to be able to take that ownership up, not just in the corporate sector, but also in the governmental region. We have doctors who come here. We have people who work for government bodies who come here, bureaucrats who come here. And constantly, we've always been urging them to also not just benefit from themselves, but also for their subordinates as well.
Yeah,
right. So anyway, that's a really good thing to
And
know.
it's also added one more point I like to add is you need to give back something to the society which has
Absolutely,
given us so
absolutely.
much.
Absolutely.
It may be we may not be yoga teachers like you, but at least we can motivate
Let them
them,
enjoy.
support them in their quest for
Definitely.
joining yoga or practice yoga.
Yeah. So I want to ask both of you this question, okay? And I want your answers to it individually. Lot of times I get asked or I get said that yoga is very boring. What do you think? Do you think yoga is very boring? Because they say that it's the same Surya Namaskara, it is the same set of asanas. But here we have two people who come for, 6 months or more regularly, and here someone who's been here for more than 2 years. What is your take on it? For people who think it's boring or who feel it's boring.
It's finally the mental perspective how people take it. If there is good things, there are bad things. It's only how the vision sees it matters.
Very nice. Very well said, Rajesh. Vali, what's your take on that?
I like to tell everyone to practice yoga. It's a very good thing, They should practice. There's nothing harm in doing it. And it's not boring. For me, even meditation class is more enjoyable now. Initially, as you said, meditation class were boring. Once I found out, something nice, something like inner healing is happening for me.
Yeah.
So I took it in the right stride. Then I started, initially I used to never sit comfortably. Now, over a period of time, sitting comfortably.
Got it.
And it all, my day goes very smooth. And I can balance my work, my home, my children, my teen girl and her, my elder son knows after college, their tantrums, how we're handling everything, For me, yoga that's my pathway,
Very nice.
That's make me take the whole day in a very nice, smooth way, how to calm them, how to talk to them. Everything adds, The practice in the morning makes a big difference for the whole day. And for me, it's like that. It's a very personal perspective of
Very nice. No, I think that's very.
Even the youngsters should do it.
Yeah, and there is that thing. They see the parents do it. Eventually, they'll also start doing it, and I've seen that happen. So there's this one more thing I wanted to ask you. Also, I definitely know that yoga has helped you all physically. I definitely know that yoga has helped you all emotionally in terms of being more acceptable, being more empathetic, more calm in nature, both at work and at home. Now, let's talk about that one aspect when it comes to spiritually. How has yoga helped you in any spiritual way? What is your take on that? Because I've seen you do the Navratri sadhana pretty much since the time you joined. Or I don't know about you, Rajesh, but you did an entire time. So what is your, your touch upon yoga and spirituality? Has it helped you there anywhere?
I'm a very religious person at home. I believe in that, lighting lamp. Those I very strongly believe in that, which my ancestors have passed. I want to take it forward. So once I came here and the sadhanas, I really liked it. I know the way you recite the mantras. And it has some benefits for me. Internally, there are a lot of benefits for me.
Very nice.
I started using it in my day-to-day life also. As I've been telling all those mantras, I've been telling as much as I can in the morning. I love to stand in my puja room and do those. For me, it's something very nice, where some sort of, satisfaction I get when I do those days. I don't know how it's benefiting me or don't know. I really am not able to figure it out.
Right.
But some sort of happiness I get when I do that, like the lamp, stand in front of the God. Whatever prayers you've been teaching us, I do it at home also.
Very nice.
That's really, I love to do that and I'll really pursue it.
Very nice. Happy to know that. What about you, Rajesh? What is your take on that?
It is actually connected the missing dots of our Hindu spirituality in a person because of various factors, wantedly, unwantedly, work and all. We used to not concentrate more on the spiritual part because of the hectic schedules and all. Now, after coming here, attending yoga, daily morning prayers, after finishing the yoga, we have a prayer, and after attending the Navratri sadhana, we just been, I can tell, reconnected to our roots.
Very nice. Yeah, I think, there's so much commonality, even though when you're saying that it is religion oriented or Hindu oriented, but I feel very differently about it because I feel it's very secular in nature.
Yes.
It can be adapted, across spaces, I feel. And that's how we've kept it here at AthaYog also. Of course, whatever we do as mantras or chanting is more for the scientific benefit rather than the religious angle to it. So that's another stigma that we've also kind of like broken as a part of our teaching. You know, keeping Swami Vivekananda as our guru. You know, he shook the world with his teachings of yoga. And we also intend to do the same thing with his teachings that are coming through us as this great light of yoga. Yeah. So great. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode and just having this quick conversation about your journey to yoga. And I wish you all the best towards your new goals, whatever you have set for this year. And hope to see you soon again for getting to know more about your yogic journey and transformation. Thank you.